We will go through all ranked maps with Valkyrie, full setups, 3 cameras per objective, and cams that you will be able to see in the video were mostly taken from the Pro League. The cams won't require any custom match practice. I will be talking about reasons how and why Valkyrie is strong on specific maps. The cams itself will show you how powerful they are, so I won't be talking about the cameras themselves. Also, you can take this whole video as a guide to which rooms or areas should be seen with the cams, so making your own based on the rooms I'm putting will be beneficial a lot. With having said this, let's start. Playing Valkyrie on border allows you to play on the power positions, knowing if a taker's pushing you from the lockers and not from the AC, and the sandwich window will make your hold a lot easier. The map is still being formed as of meta, and since border was always the map that multiple attacks are viable, having a camera watching the other push was always recommended. Valkyrie is extremely strong when you lose the top floor control, like lockers or archives, so you could contest attackers from below with the C4s. Bank is a map where teams like to go for Valkyrie if CO hold, because the main idea of the hold is to make a trade between the CO repel and the defender with a low utility. On the other hand, you can always have a camera watching the whole rooftop, so you know if going for the skylight is safe when you're going to roam around. Chalet is more aggressive because there are several important windows for the attackers to be on, as they are literally splitting objectives in half. Knowing if the attacker's flanks are being covered, such as the run out on the double bedroom window or the master bathroom window, is essential for some defenses. Valkyrie also gives you a possibility to start flanking if you have a camera watching the flanks and see no attackers or drones nearby.
Spotted. Seconds. Time expires in 10 seconds. 5 seconds left.
Vulcan Clubhouse is extremely good for top floor objectives, mainly due to the balcony with 4 windows. That's a super position for the takers, and if knowing if the windows are clear, it will allow you to play more aggressive towards the inside push. Knowing that if you can start flanking the takers from the CC window is also great. We all know how vertical pressure from the kitchen's floor to the objective is always happening, so suiting up your C4 or shotgun players against these attackers is recommended with the camera.
Your location has been compromised.
If you or your opponents don't ban Valkyrie on Coastline, then you're throwing. Coastline cannot be defended without the monkey plays, jumping out of the windows, doors, or even balconies. Speaking of disadvantages, but 1 versus 1 fights is how to defend Coastline. And Valkyrie shines there.
You have been spotted. You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back. Bomb.
Consulate can be put in a similar category of the Coastline, mainly as Consulate is known as a map where attackers will repel and repel a lot. The best way of denying repel is by jumping out of the windows, going outside of the garage against the console window repel, and similar. On the other hand, having C4 strats from below, like from the split objective, or even console, Valkyrie can be great. Cafe, and the most required walkie cameras on the most defense is somewhere by east balcony. Sadly, most of the outside walls or ground is wide, so hiding a camera might be a little bit problematic. Putting walkie cameras in places where you will eventually lose the ground, such as on piano on the third floor or restaurant on the first floor, can give you an edge on how to play in the late round and start flanking. On Kanal, you can on every side have an outside camera, as this map is heavily attacked from the outside. Most of the objectives can be attacked from 2 if not 3 ways, so knowing which attack is happening is mandatory,
You have been spotted.
such as if attackers are pushing through the bridge and the bridge, or doing the green stairs and the main stairs push is crucial.
You have been spotted. You have been spotted. You have been spotted.
When you want to pick Valkyrie on Oregon, cams can give you different things. Understanding that no attacker is by the kids window or the dorm's double window, or if tower is flankable, and that all can win you the round. If you're playing a bit of heavier underneath, this also might come handy. Teams usually don't go that often with Valkyrie in the basement objective, but having cameras to start flanking off attackers, whether it be tower or freezer push, will come handy.
Your location has been compromised. To defuse your bombs. Your location has been compromised.
Since Skyscraper took throne of being the most banned map,
Spotted.
the meta on it is still relatively unknown. I'd like to see it in the Pro League to see what the best of the best can do with it, but Skyscraper still seems to be played a lot from the outside, but at least a lot less. Knowing if attackers will be pushing you vertically, such as if you're defending T in karaoke, or if they will do a horizontal take on the drums and the dragon is important. This also can allow you to have safer flanks on the attacks.
Location has been compromised. Your location has been compromised.
Speaking about prawns, Theme Park is a good working map mainly because you have so many good places to put cameras on, and they are pretty strong. Knowing immediately if Kafe push is being happening or the cache balcony push is happening is very important. Most of the attacks start from the above, and contesting them to get inside will give you an edge over winning the round.
Spotted. Your location has been compromised. Spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Last but not least, Villa. There are not so many great outside cameras aside from a few trees, which are somewhat default. But inside info is very important. Having guys by the top rest stairs, as that area splits the second floor in two, is a key to defend any of the top sides, or even dining and kitchen including.